Welcome to DM Commentary, Segment 19. I'm Chris Perkins.
Yeah, he's not at half of his hit points yet, so...
This episode is fittingly titled, When Sturges Attach, which is a great pun. You know, that could be the subtitle of the adventure now that I think about it.
This all happened because he went for the gold.
I nudged Goliath and I'm like, you know...
One of the things I enjoy most about adventure design is coming up with adventure titles. Ironically, though, this adventure didn't really have one.
30.
Wow.
Although,
Yes.
now that I think about it, Tomb of the Orc Slayer
Feeling good
has
about
a
myself. I would
classic
spend an action
first edition
point
feel to it.
to do it again.
This room
Another
needs to
possible
go.
title is The Beatdown of Steel Diamond.
Success.
3 successes. All right.
Right, you're halfway
Yes.
there. Splendid.
Going to have his work cut out for him in this fight.
Where are we next? Oh, Kai.
Oh, can I,
Kind of
quick question. Do I have to be adjacent?
Yes.
I do. Okay, so I'll stay.
This is actually the second time I have recorded this particular commentary. I already did it once, and then we had a software malfunction,
That's a great
and it
sword.
was lost.
You know what would have been handy down here is that flamethrower.
So,
Don't say.
That's so true.
Yeah, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking like, can we move the sarcophagus?
Roll damage.
yes, they have a flaming ballista, but are they using it here? No.
2.
Oh, actually, you're doing greatsword damage, so it's higher. You should
sorry,
be
so
rolling a
it's-
d10.
2.
When I'm,
2 plus...
I have one campaign that I run on 2 different nights with 2 different groups,
Okay, so
Monday
you
night
actually
and
have
Wednesday
4,
night.
2, 6. Okay. All right, and then
And,
just something you want to keep in mind is you have... being
I
a
always,
barbarian ability
when I
can
post the
blood
summaries of the
rage.
adventures, I always make sure the
Yes.
adventures have an appropriate, if not clever,
So
name.
it's your
Oh,
big,
that's true,
big
yeah.
thing. But if you hit, you deal whopping damage. You roll 3d10,
Rage.
3 10-sided dice, and then you deal half damage on a miss, and you enter a rage. For the rest of the encounter, you gain a bonus on your melee damage rolls equal to your con, so plus 4 damage for the rest of the encounter. Just something to keep in mind for the future. But anyway,
Should I have done that instead?
Nope.
With the remaining?
Nope.
Okay, gotcha.
Kevin's like, I have no idea what you just said.
no, it's still up.
3d10 what?
Is it
And
bloody?
then-
Is it all bloody and gross?
Yes, and it's going to try to attach to your face. Oh, it rolled a natural 20, so that is a critical hit. Natural 20s always
Oh, dear.
hit, and when they do maximum damage.
Hang on, I've got something here.
Let's see.
Let's see.
You got some Sturge
Stone's
repellent?
Endurance, which it's a minor action that's activated on your turn.
Kevin is desperately looking for something to counter the Sturge attaching onto his face. Unfortunately,
All right.
the barbarian doesn't have a whole lot of immediate
what it
and free
means is
actions to
you're
call
gonna take
upon.
4 damage,
Okay.
and it will attach to your face.
Like this is
And then this one is going to try to. Actually, this guy will shift to here. This guy will shift to here, and they'll both attack the ranger because he's much juicier than the warforged. Ranger, you're going to be hit once and missed once. So the one that hits you attaches to you and does 4 damage.
Okay.
The 2 on the bard will just suck on him
yeah.
for a total of 8 damage.
8. It's never been that big before.
I know.
So to speak.
This guy's going to swoop over and join him and miss.
Doug is looking a little worried now.
All right. And the orc
How's that circle going?
will leap forth and try to thrust the bard with his rusty sword.
Oh, I'm gonna get an infection.
22 versus AC is a hit. Does 4 points of damage.
Oh, look at all this blood.
Never had a D&D character die of an infection before. Doesn't sound like a lot of fun. Doesn't sound like the type of game I want to play every day.
You've got 1 attached on you.
Get it off.
Can I do Shield of Blades again?
Speaking of which,
Let's do that.
I am currently
So
in
that means that
4
hit it,
D&D games. 2 as a
add 7 to the
DM
attack
and
roll.
2 as a
Hit,
player.
roll a D8 plus 4,
And you know,
and
still
you
not
get
enough
bonus
D&D
to
for my
your
liking.
Here's my 8, so I roll the 8 one first.
You
or the
start
20
with. You always start with the D20 to see if you hit.
9.
Plus
7.
16 is a hit.
Okay.
Damage.
Is 2
Plus
4.
4 is 6. That's all you needed for him.
Okay.
He had already taken some damage. So you smash it down in the ground and step on it.
There's a good sound
Still have a
effect.
move action if you wanted. If you do more than shift one
As a
square,
DM, one of the things I do a lot is
this is close to you.
put in all of these weird sound effects when appropriate. I have no idea why. You know, if somebody points their wand at something, I can hear the sound of the wand in my brain, and I just have to get it out. Explosions.
I've got all sorts
If something explodes in the game, I actually have to make the sound of the explosion.
I got 3
retarded.
tries left, or well, not 3 tries left, but I've got 3 more steps in my skill check here, and then God knows what's in there. But I'm only disabling the summoning effect. This thing still has a shield on it, possibly.
What about the locks?
You know what would be really handy right now? A flaming ballista.
Get to work on the locks.
Boy, I wish we had one of those.
Yeah, you'll have to tear down this thing's defenses before you can get to the locks.
So yeah, so I got a whole other shield to go after this. I'm like the guy in Die Hard burning through all the, the layers.
I guess I'll take a step.
Did Dan just make that hand gesture? You're gonna have to go back and replay that. He made a dirty hand gesture.
All right.
That guy will attack?
He's on my. No, he shifted. He's
Or maybe I just have a dirty mind.
That's. And you're doing Sorry,
I'm not going to use my action point. You said
All right. Well, Tom debated spending an action point.
Then Steel Diamond.
Should he wait until the sarcophagus is opened or spend it now? In games I play, I tend not to hoard my action points. I spend them early and freely, usually in the first round or two. Get them out of the way, use them up when the monsters are at their prime. Tom decides not to use it here.
How does dying work compared to 3-5?
Okay, if you drop to 0 hit points.
And here I explain the dying rules to Doug.
And then
You
what
can see the
happens
tiny
is,
beads of sweat on his brow.
On your turn, when your turn comes around, you make what's called a death save.
Steel Diamond has
D20
not
roll,
one,
and if
not
you roll
two,
high
but
enough,
3
you continue to be
sturges
stabilized.
attached to him in this
If you roll
encounter.
under 10, you start dying, and if you have 3 strikes basically. If you roll under 10 3 times, you die. If you roll a natural 20 while you're unconscious, you have a sudden burst of life and kick back with some hit points.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do a war song strike against the thing I struck the last time, so
Okay.
hopefully I've hit it a few times.
Yep.
And this is a +8. Yep. In the Navy again. 12.
Not enough, sadly.
All right. I am then going to start screaming and running.
Get him off, get him off, get him off!
The 2 that are attached don't attack you. They're just feeding off of you. The 3rd one does, or tries, and it will actually hit you, and now attached to you. It does one. It does 1 point of damage.
Okay, I'm still running.
Yeah.
What about this guy?
Him too.
At which point we say, hey guys, that gold's free now.
He is going to hit you as well for another 4.
That's it.
And I'm like, oh.
Oh, and Steel Diamond goes down.
Yeah, you're right in that square there.
Gold can't buy hit points, my friend.
And that's my new SIG.